What's going on, y'all? I'm Isaiah Tripp here with Tripp Talk, and I just wanted to talk about something with you guys real briefly. Something that has really helped me out in my life, and I feel like it can really help you out in yours if you can grasp this concept that you're in this alone. You're in this alone. We're all in our own worlds, in our minds. Heaven and hell, I believe, exist in the mind. And we're all in this alone. I mean, there's people around us and everything like that. But nobody can understand you. Nobody can understand what you're going through. And why is that? Because you're in this alone. Even if you tell somebody and they may seem to understand, they still can't understand because anyone that you've talked to have come from a different walk of life. All your friends, they may live in the same neighborhood, but they still personally came from a different walk of life. So nobody can really understand you. You're in this alone. And a lot of us like to turn to our friends as support and everything else. And that's okay. But the one who you really should be turning towards is God for your strength and for your your steps to continuing your path. And personally, before I turn to a friend, I always turn to mentors, people that have lived this life longer than me, people who have been here before, experienced certain things longer than me. Because a lot of times when I used to turn to my friends, and this is nothing against my friends, but your friends can't help you out because they're literally the same age as you. They're going through life as you go through it. So how can they give you any life-changing advice? How can your friends give you any life-changing advice if they're going through the same life at the same time that you're going through? Um, but more importantly, back to the point, you're in this alone. There's no way around it. You can talk to your friends all day, but you're in this alone. And so the best way to attack it, to attack this life, since you're in this life alone, is to understand that your strength and your wisdom and your guidance and direction comes from God. It comes from God. And if you're not tapped into that, you can be tapped into your friends, you can be tapped into the world, you could be tapped into your job. But if you're not tapped into the real source of your sense of direction, power, encouragement, and everything else, you oftentimes may find yourself in life lost. I know some of us out there can attest to that. We've been lost at times in our life, and we have been lost at times in our at, we have been lost at different times in our life. I know people out there can attest to that. We've been lost at certain points in our life, and why is that? Because most times I'll tell you it's because we're detached from the source. We're detached from the source. We're tapping into our friends. We think they have the answer. We're tapping into this person. We think they have the answer. Nobody has the answers to your personal life. You're in this alone. You're in this alone. Your life exists in your head. It's all a movie. That's why I encourage also positive thinking. Um, always positive thinking, positive reinforcement, and always positive things around you, positive influences around you that help keep you on this track. And these are all just helping agents. Having positivity around you, having positive friends. These are all helping agents to keep you on track. But that doesn't mean that your friends are going to be able to do it for you. Your friends can't do it for you. They can't. You know, they're there to, you align yourself with certain influences and certain people so that they can keep you and work to keep you on track. Because if you're trying to get somewhere, but I'm hanging out with, you know, drug dealers, or, I'm hanging out with people that, want to go out all the time, and that's not aligned with my life, yeah, everything that's around me is going to work to get me off track. That's why you want to keep friends and influences around you that work to keep you on track. But don't get it confused that because you have friends around you that they have the answers. It's just helping you personally to stay on track. Because again, you're in this alone. You're in this alone with you and your father, God. You're in this alone with you and your father, or whatever. Some people say father and mother, but you're in this alone with your God. You're in this alone with God. Not your God, but with God. And that can be frightening sometimes. And that's okay. But when it gets frightening, do not turn to your friends because they don't have the answer. Maybe turn to a mentor, but ultimately you'll still have to turn to God when it gets scary. Because He is your source, He is your power, He is your strength, He is your everything. So just a little quick nugget for y'all today, man. You're in this alone. And the quicker you get that in your head, the quicker you'll find your personal happiness. The quicker you will find your personal happiness because you are in this alone. So when you see somebody with a Lamborghini, or when you see somebody with a Bentley, or you see somebody with a big house, or you see somebody with nothing, it doesn't really matter. When you see somebody else, a lot of times we want what that person have. We want what that person have, but think about this. A person could have a Lamborghini and not be happy because they tried to get it for all the wrong reasons. They tried to get a Lamborghini because they seen somebody else with a Lamborghini. And from the outside looking in, that person looked happy because they have this really nice car and they have all this money, and that person looks so happy. And maybe that person is happy. Maybe that person with the Lamborghini is happy. Maybe that person is happy. But just because they're happy doesn't mean that when you get everything that they have, that you're going to be happy. You're in this alone. You have to figure out what makes you personally happy, and you have to follow your personal dreams because you're in this alone. You are in this alone. Somebody else's dream may not make you as happy as it makes them because it's their dream. It's their dream. It's their life. It's their problems. It's their everything. So don't get caught up in other people's life. Get caught up into your own life. Get caught up into you because you're in this alone. A lot of times we can just get caught up into that trap, man, and it's just a trap. You're in this alone. Don't worry about other people. Detach from social media sometimes. Don't worry about other people. You are in this alone. And so I just wanted to say that because when I realized that, it helped my life out more. I was more happy. And again, I'm a type of guy that wants a Lamborghini one day, but it's all about understanding that that stuff is fine and God can provide all of that stuff. I mean, that's nothing. He has the whole world in his palms. What is a Lamborghini? And when you really think about like, what is a Lamborghini? And so don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up into someone else's life, man. Live yours. Live your life because you are in this alone. You're truly in this alone. You can't get, you're in this alone, and that's really it. I hope y'all learned something. Definitely comment down below your thoughts, your opinions, everything. Just comment and let's talk about it. I'm Isaiah Tripp, and it's Tripp Talk. Until next time.